Hello. So, I would like to speak to you a little bit about Skyrim. Because as you all know, I put this LP on hold. This video will be pretty off the cuff, unedited, obviously, and not very organized, but I'll put a brief rundown of what I'm about to say in the description below. Basically, I haven't decided anything on this. I thought I would have done by now. It's been, what, month and a half-ish, maybe 2 months since I put the LP on hold. And what I was hoping, honestly, guys, was that the absence of playing it would make me want to play it. And it hasn't. It really hasn't. It has not been far from my thoughts, I must say. I've thought quite a lot about this and continue to do so, but it's a tricky one. And let's delve into why, shall we? Well, the LP's not going as well as I hoped, basically. It was a big risk starting it with this character anyway, and there's two factors really. There's the game itself, and there's me. My biggest regret with this Let's Play was, and is, that I should have started the main quest. I should have had a bigger pull, a wider storyline. Rash should have been the Dragonborn, and he still could be. Let's not forget that. He still could be the Dragonborn, but it's quite late in the day. We're, what, 160, 180 episodes in now? I really should have put that in around episode 40 or so, but I made a conscious decision not to. I decided that he wasn't, and when I first started this Let's Play, I wasn't sure whether he would be or not, and decided that he wouldn't be, basically. So that's why I headed north to try and do the Dark Brotherhood and the Mages Guild and stuff like that, because I thought, and this is getting towards the game's fault, I feel, that I wouldn't need to do the Craven's quest, because the main quest, because I hoped that his history with Dark Brotherhood, along with the relationships that he'd formed with the characters within it, like Astrid, for example, and Cicero, as well as this history with, you know, Night Mother and everything, because he's already heard a voice, so he is the listener. It has been before. I was hoping that that would sort of carry things along, as well as maybe join the Mages Guild and stuff, and have that going on as well. But of course things happened. The Mages Guild didn't work out, so then we only had the Dark Brotherhood. I thought, well, you know, we'll roll with it because it's part of the character and it's all like this organic way of developing. Because he gets chucked out the Mages Guild, obviously, and which is fair enough for what he did. So we only had the Dark Brotherhood left, and by then it was too late to start anything else, I felt. But the Dark Brotherhood isn't enough to remain to keep the grip on the character. You know, a lot of you noticed that and dropped out of the LP, and I can understand why that is. Although I have to call, you know, that's Bethesda's fault. That's not mine. You know, if LP wants to do a character that doesn't involve the main quest, that just wants to do one of the guilds, like the Dark Brotherhood or the companions, I'd love to see an LP focus around the companions. God damn. Because, you know, these storylines are very lackluster, aren't they? They're not very good. And the pacing's very difficult because I'm not that fast traveling, as you know. Even though, again, that's another thing. It would be easier if I did, because everything in the game is so spread out. So it takes ages to do, a simple side quest. Right, you in Markarth, you got to go to Whiterun, and then you got to go to Solitude, and then you can come back. That's such a long way, as well as everything else. It's very difficult to tie everything together. I didn't have that problem so much in Oblivion, strangely enough. But I think that the fact that we had the main quest sort of like tying everything together really helped. You can't do that with Dark Brotherhood, because the first couple of quests are go there and kill that guy. Go there and kill that guy. And there's Skype, sorry. And there's no real narrative there. I know you're sort of building your rapport with the Dark Brotherhood, and you're increasing your rank with them, and I get that, but there's nothing story-based about that. You're just going on missions. So the side quests, the first couple of missions for the Dark Brotherhood are indeed just basically side quests, where you go here, do that, and come back. Well, that's most of the main quests as well, it seems. But, yeah, I'm sure you guys get what I'm saying. So, the question is, what do we do about this? I mean, I've thought about maybe dividing the LP into chapters. I even, you know, I've done that in my head, and I wrote stuff down about where I could break the game into, the LP down into chapters, which is very difficult to do, you know, when you've already, you know, recorded 100 and whatever videos, to say, right, this is where one stops and this is where another starts, because of course it's all one continuous recording as far as you guys are concerned, because I edit my breaks out. So I can't say, right, it's the end of this chapter, we'll return for Rast later. It just like stops and starts. But I have identified places where I can break the game into chapters, which may be the best way of going about it, to be honest. If I, you know, segment this LP into parts of between, say, 20 and 40 ish, and I make it a very long-running series on my channel in which I play a chapter, stop for a bit, then play another game, then play a chapter, stop for a bit, and play another game, because this is the common problem with Skyrim that I've found with numerous people, that once you play Skyrim for quite a while, I don't know why this is so awful, by the way, I don't know, look at that, yeah, you get sick of the game. It just becomes formulaic, and indeed it is. It's one of the big problems with Skyrim, but I don't really want to get too much into it, but there are issues with this game, and one of them is that it's kind of formulaic and kind of can be quite boring sometimes. So, you know, I was hoping, you know, I was aware that's why I made the character in the first place, to challenge myself and to challenge the game, which it has done, I assure you. So if I was to do that, then Skyrim would become a really quite constant presence on my channel for a number of years, much longer than Oblivion would be. And the first couple of chapters would be in 10-minute bites, whereas I'd probably record an hour episode for the later chapters, like the ones continuing from now. I think I'm leaning towards that, because one thing I don't want to do, even though I've thought about it, is just to cancel the LP. Because I've never done that before for single-player games. Multiplayers, yes, it's happened, though I have to say, almost, in fact, probably exclusively, it's been the other people I've been playing with that have cancelled it as opposed to me. So basically, I could say I have never cancelled the Let's Play, apart from Neverwinter Nights with Lenora, when we both decided the game wasn't good enough to play, because we weren't enjoying it, which is fair enough. So that's what I think I might do. Although, having said that, I still aren't in the mood to play this. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to cancel it, because once I cancel it, then I think, well, do I delete it or do I put it down to experience and, you know, add a video at the start of the Let's Play saying, "Hi guys, if you're watching this from the start, you're gonna know that I don't finish this. Just an experiment that didn't work." Which, you know, I thought about doing, honestly. I thought that, you know, maybe I should just do that and draw a line under it and say, well, it was a failed experiment. But I know that a lot of you love Rest, and I do. I think it's a great character, and it would be a shame to not try and make more of it. So I'm leaning down the route of putting out chapters and starting the main quest somehow. Because in order to do that, I've got to go to High Hrothgar. Because I did test recordings, you know, when I, way back, once I killed the first dragon, well, once the first dragon died, at the Watchtower, and then I walked away from the Jarl because I got distracted, I could still go to High Hrothgar and talk to the Greybeards, and I would still be counted as the Dragonborn, even though I didn't finish that conversation with the Jarl of Whiterun. Because I did test that, and I thought that's something I could do, but then I didn't. I kind of regret not doing that, as I've said before. So I'm leaning towards putting this into little chapters and continuing it over a number of years. So Rast's story will be much more epic than I expected. Dawnguard, I'm not too sure about now, because if I do the main quest, I wouldn't want to do Dawnguard. Indeed. I found myself looking up the Dark Brotherhood, saying how much of this is left, and I've never done that before for a Let's Play. Thinking, oh, how many quests have I got to do before this is over? So that's not a good sign, is it? You know, So I started not enjoying the LPs, which was why I stopped it in the first place, you know. So I need to return to it with a new vision, new vigor, and I think that the chapters and starting the main quest will be the best way to go about that. I'll have to think about how I'm going to do that, but that's basically kind of the plan, though I'm not entirely sure. So I'm welcoming your thoughts on this, and sorry I've sort of rambled about a bit with this video, but I did say it was going to be like that. And yeah, hopefully we can start this again pretty soon, because I don't want it to be on hold indefinitely, and I want to decide one way or the other. But I don't want to cancel it, because it's not fair on people who have put the time and effort into watching it, and I know some people are like started to watch it and they're continuing to watch it and such, so I don't want them to, you know, put that time in and then go, actually I'm not doing this anymore. So right then, so I'll leave it there. Welcome your thoughts. I do plan to return to this then, but when and how I'm going to make that work, I'm not entirely sure. But hey, you know, we can go with that, I guess. So, thanks for watching me ramble on, and yeah, welcome your thoughts, and thanks, by the way, for all your thoughts on the putting Skyrim on hold video. Sorry I didn't reply to many of those at all, but once I uploaded that video in my head, I drew a line under Skyrim, and I thought I don't want to think about this anymore. And so all of your comments, when I got them, I sort of like briefly read, and then, you know, I didn't absorb them because I was like, yeah, I'm not really invested in this right now. So there's that, but now I will be. So right then, I'll see you soon, and cheers for watching, and I welcome your thoughts. Okay, toodaloo.